Good evening, viewers. My name is Pretzle, and today we're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Continuing from where we last left off with our sneaky continent Roosevelt came, I had just taken this lovely city down here, Orenburg, which is actually not that great, because its only food source is that sheep, which it shares with this city here. I marked out better cities for this island earlier on in the game, but there's no point in rebuilding all this shit somewhere else. Therefore, it's better in my mind to just leave it there. After all, with a factory and a levee here, those are pretty pricey buildings. Forge, lighthouse, granary, core infrastructure that I don't want to dick around with building. So, I believe I was at the end of a turn last episode. Indeed I was, although... No, Mao's the only one who's missing refrigeration. If he gets enough gold, I will sell it to him. Say, 150 or more. Every city sucks because of food and shizwas. But, no harm done. Right, 6 turns. Borders of Zankanak will expand again, and I will have cultural pressure on Yokib. Or I will have cultural presence in Yokib, I won't have pressure on it. I consider this pressure. I don't know who wouldn't consider this pressure. 81% American, for God's sake. 68% American. I had pressure on this city when it was at 30% American. He has pressure on this city. At 35% Maya. But he doesn't have an advantage in the slightest. So I believe since the oil being destroyed a couple episodes ago, disrupted my queue, I am going to have to reassign a few things next turn when Navy SEALs finish. But let's just end the turn here and see how that goes. Actually, computers, is that the right thing to research? I don't need the internet. I don't really need robotics, at least not in the short term. Though being able to carry 4 missiles on a single thing might be handy. Since I'm just taking these 2 cities, those 2 Russian cities south of me by conventional warfare, and not doing anything else, I think I might just go ahead and jump straight on ecology. That might be the better approach. Yeah, ecology, genetics. Then I suppose computers, composites, advanced flight, stealth, robotics. Fusion, future tech. Don't need anything else, really. Broadcast towers might be handy later on, but Hopefully, Pakal doesn't get enough advantage on culture or space race before I get to him. That is my deadline for wiping out Stalin and starting on Pakal. Manhattan Project is 12 turns away. And now that we've adjusted our tech, let's just get on with it. Well, shit. Where was that? Navy SEAL, build tanks. Navy SEAL, build tanks. Factory, build hydro plant, your riverside, okay. Saves me getting the unhealth, I guess. Then more... Plus you still didn't have enough food to accommodate anything. Yeah, more, then aqueduct. Then, I guess, airport. I don't know, we'll see. Now where was this combat taking place? Down here? We lost something. Don't know what. But the important thing is my Super Scout survived. So I am going to airbomb you. Launch a couple more of those. And then airstrike you. And should be ready to take you out next turn. What are my combat odds this turn? 89%. Still don't quite trust that. Next turn will be good though. Let's move the transport back up here into Seattle. Less at risk there. So did you actually take out submarines or something? Or what was it you destroyed? Transport. Oh well. No harm done, I guess. I can eliminate you with my many submarines lying around. What a shock, I lose that one. Okay. Well, this is just going to be a free experience for you. Get back there. Gonna need a bit more, a few more submarines though, absolutely. Next turn I should be good to take that city, and then this city doesn't have much sitting in it, so we'll be good there. These guys, I should have airstriked that thing first, really. And before this thing auto moves, it already has, oh well. There was a battleship or something sitting there. Yeah, it's gone there. That's a shame. I wanted you to, well, yeah, you need to go there anyway. Then I want another workboat coming out of here. Which, cancel the waypoint on you. You go straight to that fish tile. Not a big fan of using naval units to defend, or having to use naval units to defend coastal tiles. Bonus resources on coastal tiles, but it needs to be done, unfortunately. I think I need to reallocate my coastal city defences at some point. Something else to do with my workers. Tell you what I'm going to do. Let's check my settings. Automated workers leave old improvements, automated workers leave forests. Good, good. So I'm just going to get you to automatically build improvements. Same with you. Okay, good. You are building the windmill there, watermill there, and railroad there. Alright, I think we're fine on that. Automate, whatever. Nothing to adjust on my cities, I don't believe. Any trades I can do? Yeah. Yeah, Mao has enough to warrant me selling him refrigeration now. Buy my fridges, good sir. Stop trading with Ragnar? Eh. No, I don't want to piss off Ragnar if I can help it. Refrigeration isn't that strategic of a tech, I suppose. And does that update my world map at all for these important areas? Maybe along this border? Arpinium? Sorry, Arpinum. I thought there was another U there. Arpinium. Erlitium? I think these were some of the cities I was missing before when I was marking out my nuke locations. Okay, now let's turn my research slider back up, get ecology more quickly. And then, I suppose, end the turn since there's not much else to do. Mao is looking at rocketry, great. Surya Varman wants radio. Nope, I'm content with pissing off Surya Varman. If he declares war on me, so be it. But that does mean I will have to take action against him and Bakal sooner, I would expect. So St. Louis can now... Was it Navy SEAL he was building? Yeah, he has production. They have progress into tanks, as do you. Free speech is already passed. Hooray. Okay. What are you intending to do? Pillage that crab? Soften up Sarmation? What is the point of that destroyer, Stalin? You can't do anything from here except pillage that crab. That is the most damage you can do to me. Why bother? This fucking game, I swear. Alright. Select Sarmation, please. Select Sarmation, just the city, not the units inside the city. The city, not the worker in front of the city. You know what will move the worker in front of the city. Select the city. Thank you. Alright, now cancel its waypoint towards Boston by shift right clicking on the city and automate workers. I hate automating workers, but at this point in the game there's not much else I can do. So, I have 2 tanks in New York, 3 tanks in Boston, 3 tanks in Philadelphia, no tanks in Atlanta. Let's send tanks to Atlanta. Get that more defended. Get that fish up and running. And then, nope, airstrike. Can I not do that unless I can see it? Well, whatever, yeah, I guess I'll do some recon. That's fine. Okay, and that, I believe, is softened up as much as I can. So, really, I should have left that transport there. And for future use, let's get another transport moved over. This tank can go to Washington. This tank can go to Los Angeles. Getting a load of Navy SEALs now, which I don't really need. Suppose they'll be handy, but they're not as useful as certain other things. In fact, tell you what. How long would it take for me to move this stack over to this city? Longer than it would take for me if I just used the transport to ship them over and attack amphibiously. And that does give me the chance to soften the units up even more. Not that that's useful. Okay, you take extra first strike and sentry. Couple more battleships for all my other other tiles sitting around. Why work that when you can work that? I suppose because I haven't been automating my citizens. And actually that's a damn good point. Let's go through all my cities now and do that. Start with Washington, please. Automate citizens? Yeah. You know what, fuck it, I trust the thing enough at this point to do that. Automate citizens everywhere. Which, make sure they don't do any dumb shit. Turn on citizen automation. Yeah. Get rid of that one, please. Otherwise, you're running the correct things. At this point in the game, there's not much more micro I can do to improve my position. That was an urgent thing earlier in the game. So yeah, end the turn. Let's get cash whatever it is done as quickly as I can do it. Look at that, everyone voted for free speech. What a shock. Some more recon done using that guy because I realised I can do that. And oh, look at that, he's going for whatever reason, he's going for that crab tile. Why he decided to go for that crab tile rather than the other many tiles around. Look at that, another... Oh, look at that, Stalin's completed the Three Gorges Dam. That is the least convenient place for the Three Gorges Dam. Well, at least I suppose I won't have to build coal plants on this island. And again, to be fair, that is going to be a more... what do you call it? I stand more of a chance of shit happening there than anywhere else. Getting these cities recovered than anywhere else. I'm not going to be holding on to this for long before I win the game. My intention is to still do that in a single turn, but might be a bit of pressure on doing that. So, air bomb to reduce that 2% defense, air strike, and I probably can't do any more air strikes on that city. No, I can. Any more? I can do one more. Cool. But I think that's the most I would be able to do. So that is ideal. So that means I can just... fuck. Alright, fine. Next turn it is. No worries. It's not like you have ships laying around over here. I can see that you don't. Is it worth taking these barbarian cities? They're still barbarian cities. This surprises me. For some reason. Take combat 1. Probably should have taken first strike chance, oh well. Drill, whatever you want to call it. You get back? No. Well, I don't care. Worst thing you can do is use your airship. It's not exactly going to be a problem. Skip turn on the scout. Just realise you now don't have anything defending that. Oops. I'm going to airdrop that tank there. Good thing I have airports around so I can do that. Let's get that guy to sentry. Build a railroad on that. Sleep that transport. Sentry all the tanks. Fortify all the Navy SEALs. Do I have Navy SEALs being built anywhere on loop? Not on loop. Not on loop. Okay, we're good then. 2 more Navy SEALs to be built, and then we can start work on beefier units. We could do with building a couple of, what do you call them? Executives. San Francisco can build them. And note to San Francisco, get rid of your waypoint towards Boston. You can move the tank manually, and then get on with that other ship. So, I guess let's end the turn then. As said, nothing else to do. Again, could trade for communism, but I don't need communism. At this point, texts like divine right, communism, and mass media will only be useful for score at the end of the game. Mass media, I suppose, does provide broadcast towers, but I don't need them. So, yeah, just end turn. All we're doing is building up units. Also tech get. Please tell me that wasn't the thing carrying the 4 Navy SEALs, because if so, that's annoying as all hell. Build a mall, because it provides food. And... recycling centre. Only getting 2 on health from buildings anyway, that's not going to be that useful. Though I suppose that does prevent things like dry docks and airports. Yeah. Yeah, build a mall. You have a barracks already, so get on with some more paratroopers or something. Okay, good. That's the good transport to kill. I'm glad you chose to kill that transport. Airstrike. Airstrike. No more airstrikes, okay. So we can get on with air bombing. Karabobosk thingy. I'm sorry to anyone who lives in these places when I'm mispronouncing their names. 98.7, 99.9, greater than. And, is it still there? Yes, install a new governor. It's a half-decent city site. Automate stuff. What did I end up with? I didn't keep anything? God damn it. So I need to build my entire initial queue there before there's anything useful going on. Seems you already retreated your worker, unfortunately. That's a shame. Use one of my subs. Kill that transport, because I don't want it floating around. And relocate my ships to there, so I can... Obviously, so I can attack Numidian. No, so I can get more attacks off on this city. Not that it matters too much. You don't really need more defenders than that, do you? I'll airlift a tank there eventually. In fact, Boston can do that now. Yep, hooray. You go over there. You sit in the city for now. Scout should help everything recover. You sleep. You also sleep. You sleep. And oh my god, game, no. No. Ew. Ew, don't work that tile. Ugh. I'd rather you shrink than work that tile. Don't work a one food tile, you get nothing out of it. Now which ones are you better off working? That or the fertile? Yeah, I'd rather you work that. Float around. You need a mall as soon as possible so you don't need to dick around with that nonsense. Automate. Submarine can sleep there. Battleship can sentry on that fish tile. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4 more fish tiles to get battleships on, which are being built in Los Angeles and in Detroit. Detroit should not have a waypoint, which it probably does. Los Angeles should have a waypoint in Detroit. And then Baltimore wants to be building 2 workboats. Do you have a dry dock? No. Dry docks do have an impact on workboats as well, because they do count as naval units. At least as far as I'm aware. It'd be rather weird if they don't. Let's get Los Angeles into your 1 turn away from things. Build 2 workboats for me. 1 to go there, and 1 to go there. And then I want those covered with battleships. And then Stalin shouldn't be able to get through from there. Although I could do with a couple more workboats actually. For the fish and the whale over here. Fortify. Sleep. And then the Echo can cover that. Take first strikes. And sentry. New Orleans will shrink to size 15 on the next turn. Good for New Orleans. Well, not good for New Orleans, but you know. No cities are doing anything dumb from what I can see. And tech is just going to continue on the correct path. In fact, we don't really need to focus on tech anymore. We've got the important ones. Superconductors, genetics is going to be the last useful thing, other than, I suppose, fusion. In fact, on that point, superconductors, genetics, computers, fiber optics, fusion, and I'll decide everything else from there. We might decide that getting computers will be worthwhile just to deny it to everyone else. We shall see. Does everyone else have rocketry? Really? Huh. I find that hard to believe. Well, I suppose they must do. Oh well, I don't care enough. End turn here. We're now waiting on the Manhattan Project to be built. Oh, look at that! He pillaged the crab. Good for him. Work though, 1 turn. Lose a slight amount of food in that city. Don't care. Where doesn't have a tank defending it? Truck does. Here's a mobile artillery sitting in it. Is that mobile artillery going to move? Yes. It's already gone. You sit still, God's sake. You help with building the railroad. Sitsushi exec. What was I wanting to spread Sitsushi? Orenburg? Orenburg, yep. Okay. Where has an airport? Because San Francisco apparently doesn't. Does Chicago have an airport? Chicago does not have an airport. I could just check the buildings I can build. Atlanta? Do you have an airport? Nope. God damn it. Fine, go to Boston, whatever. Fuck's sake. It's easier to airlift you there than anything else. Alright, now we want to look at this nonsense over here. So, do I have things in Seattle anymore? Nope. So let's do some air bombing. Nope. Airstrike. Nope. Okay. I need to see the tile apparently. Let's get my recon over here then. Look at that. No ships. I swear I had 1 selected. Whatever. Inefficiencies galore. So I can't do any air bombing. Let's just do airstrikes. Select everything airstrike. Look at that. I didn't need to bother with anything. And I can just take it this turn. Damn. Okay. May as well, right? Install the new governor. Because that is the correct location for that city, because it allows you to work the whale. Okay, now I wait for these cities to come out of whatever you want to call it. And then, I may as well take Numidian at this point. Numidian isn't worth keeping. Numidian's worth resettling on this tile. Saxon's worth keeping, if Saxon's still around to keep. In fact, saying that, no, Numidian is worth taking and keeping. No, it isn't. I need to improve that crab tile anyway. I don't care. These cities suck anyway, they're in the middle of nowhere. So you just sit in that city and do your business. Unload all. Nope, okay, fine. You just sleep for now. You fortify until healed. I want a tank in these cities. And then I want to move shit around to accommodate everything I just took. Including putting tanks in cities. Checking my foreign advisors if there's anything else I can do. Can trade wheat to someone for something. Mao? No, does anyone have money and a Setsushi resource? Yeah, Mao. Who is after wheat. Surya Varman doesn't have money. Surya Varman is the only one who's after wheat. I have surplus sugar as well. Caesar doesn't have anything. Because he's fighting what's-his-face. Well, that's my fault. I've allowed Pakal to expand because of that. And probably pushed him in the direction of space victory rather than culture victory. As possible. Right, Mao is only 1 turn away from rocketry. I may as well sell it to him now. Get what money I can off of it. Okay, sounds good. Put a turn into superconductors or something. I want to focus more on money now, rather than research. I was hoping to get through a bit more this video, but at least I took those 2 cities. 8 turns away from finishing the Manhattan Project. That is nice. That is very nice indeed. When my culture incorporates that tile there, which is few border pops for Orenburg to reach, then I will be able to expand Sitsushi further. How's Sitsushi looking at the moment? Because loads of my tiles were pillaged. Only 6 food. Whale, however, is not a Sitsushi resource, unfortunately. Nope, it is not. Whale, however, is a resource. Whale is a resource. It's not a useful resource anymore because combustion obsoletes it. Which sucks. But at least I get the tile yields for that, plus 1 hammer, plus 2 commerce, so it's a better tile to work than most of the tiles Khabarovsk has. Which is nice. Alright, well I have a little bit of infrastructure to repair with regards to Philadelphia and the fishing boats that have been pillaged. But otherwise, the only thing to do is build up a nuclear arsenal and attack Stalin, then build up a bigger nuclear arsenal and attack everyone else, wipe them all out in a single turn, and hopefully win. We'll see how plausible that is. Thank you for watching. I have been, and shall continue to be, Pretzle. If you liked the video, please like the video and feel free to stick around for more. In the meantime, enjoy the music and don't forget to be awesome.